Hey YouTube, what's poppin'? It's your girl. Happy Friday, happy Free Thought Friday, grand risings, rich risings, great risings. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I hope you guys are having a beautiful week. It is Friday, it's the weekend, and it's New Year's Eve. It's about to be a new year, which brings me to what we're about to talk about today. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get a notification when I post, all of that. Show me some love, and we can get into the video. So if you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys aren't new here, you guys already know what I got. I got my notes, I got my quotes, and I got my ideas. I got everything written down, you know. Today's a special video in a way, in a sense, just because, you know, a lot of people celebrate the new year and just bringing in the new year. And with that being said, a lot of people, you know, will set their goals on what they want to achieve going into a new year. And that is very lovely. And I love that, you know, just concept of setting goals. But I had a quote for today, and let me just read it before I even talk about anything. Don't forget, you can change your life at any time. Any day, you can delete your socials, go vegan, start exercising, cut off toxic relationships, or move across the country. All it takes is a decision. And I feel like, and I actually was talking to somebody on my book club this past Tuesday, and you know, I wanted to give people the opportunity to talk and share maybe like a New Year's resolution or just something that they want to take into the new year, this, that, and the third. And one of the people that joined my clubhouse had said, you know, my goal is to not have goals for the new year. My goal is to just start doing. And I was like, I love that. I love that for you. I love that you just said that. And I love that you brought that to the attention in the room that we were talking in. Because that's really like and that's what this quote says. Like, you know, there's not just one time a year where you make, you know, that change to cut off people, or that change to start exercising, or that change to start eating healthier, or that change to start thinking better. Like, you can make that decision at any point in time. Then, like, realistically, there's no such thing as time. And I talk about this, you know, on other videos, how time is very much just an illusion. And you know, there's really no such thing as a new year. It's, you know, it's just a day where people kind of use that reason as an excuse to, you know, continue with negative or bad habits or party or whatever it is. I'm not here to judge, but I'm also here to just, you know, really just get down to the reality of, you know, what this holiday is used for. And I really like that quote because, you know, like, as much as it's, again, amazing to have goals, you know, and to set goals for yourself, you know, going into a new year, going into a new chapter of your life, you can decide when you want to turn the page at any point, at any time, on any day. It doesn't have to be a specific day. It doesn't have to be a specific day of the year. It doesn't have to be a specific year. If you want to start doing something, if you want to start thinking different, if you want to start talking different, if you want to start feeling different, you can do that now. You can do that today. You could have done that 5 years ago. You could have done that you know, you can really do it whenever. And then it also brings me this quote I have, and it's: change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. And it's so true. Like, the whole passage was true. Change is hard at first. It's uncomfortable. We always talk about this. Uncomfortable at first doesn't always mean that it's a bad decision. It just gives us room to grow. So it's uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Change is a little bit harder at first, and then it gets messy. You know, it's messy because you start having to, you know, implement good habits at the same time as letting go of old habits. So it feels like you're doing so much at once because you are trying, you know, it's a mess. It's a mess because you start to do certain things that are old habits, and you notice that they're old habits. So at the same time as you're doing an old habit, you're trying to, you know, stop yourself, and in the middle of that, stop yourself from the old habit and try to implement the new habit. And it's messy. It's a messy process. It's messy as hell. Like, I'm gonna just be real, because I'll do that sometimes too. Even on here, you know, I'll say something or be talking, and I'll be like, oh wow, and I'm like, nope, I can't talk like that no more. I can't feel like that no more. I cannot bring that energy out no more. So now, in the middle of doing that, I had to stop myself, bring myself back, you know, reevaluate why I said that, what made me feel that way to say that or think that way. or look or perceive something that way, and now I have to, it's messy. It's not an easy process. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, but the end result is gorgeous. And the end result, you know, and you'll see time and time again, people that are famous, you know, people that have made it, you know, they're really like, you sit, when they sit and look back at it, they realize how the struggle was absolutely beautiful. The struggle was the most beautiful part of all. But during the struggle at the time, it's messy, it's uncomfortable, it's, you know, it feels a little bit harder, you know, some days are easy, some days are hard, you know, and it just goes to show that, like, you know, it's a part of the process. Everything you feel is a part of the process. The dark moments are a part of the process. The happy moments are a part of the process. The confused moments are a part of the process. Everything is just a part of the process. When you feel like you've taken 10 steps forward, and then you took 20 steps forward, and then you had to take 50 steps backwards just to take 3 steps forward, it's messy, but this is a part of the process. This is exactly why this is exactly what's supposed to happen. And that just brings me to 5 things, and I wrote down, you know, 5 things in general that, you know, I want to, you know, leave behind, or that I've been leaving behind, because like I said, guys, I'm on my journey. I don't just wait till a specific day or a specific time where I leave stuff behind, but I wrote down, you know, 5 things I'm working on, in the process of working on, and maybe 5 things for you to think about that you want to work on and leave behind. Or if you have a notebook and a pen, write down 5 things that you want to leave behind, you know, just leave behind, period. It doesn't have to be, oh, I want to leave behind in 2021. No, just 5 things that you want to leave behind, period. So what I wrote down is just the need for control. You know, I just want to control my controllables. You know, I don't want to feel the need to control how other people treat me, how other people, you know, talk to me, how others are doing something, or I don't want to control shit besides my own controllables. I have a video on controlling your controllables. Guys, I have so many videos, so you'll have to search for it, but I just want to focus on, you know, leaving behind the need to control anything besides my own controllables. You know, fearing change, you know, that's something that I've really heavily been working on, is just fearing change. You know, like, because if you start fearing change, you start to, you know, almost fear success. And, you know, I did a video on that as well. Go check that out. Living in shame of your past, you know, that's also something I've been working on, is just, you know, knowing and understanding that my past has made me exactly where I am and who I am today, and that's such a beautiful thing, you know, that's such a beautiful thing. I don't want to look at that shamefully, like, oh, why would I put myself in that position, or why did I let that person do this to me for so long, or why did, you know, I want to look at that as, you know, motivation, my reason. Like I say, guys, you know, you have a ton of reasons. Whether you look at them negatively or positively, we'll decipher if you look at them as excuses or reasons to keep going and to keep prospering. So, you know, just living in shame of my past, that's something I've been working on. You know, I'm very, very grateful for my past. No matter what has happened to me, no matter what I've been through, I'm so very grateful for it. And, you know, but it's still a process, guys. You know, it's still a process. There's some nights where, you know, it's hard. It's like, dang, like, I really, you know, like, I really gotta, you know, sit and simmer with certain things that have went on in my life. So, you know, that one I really liked. Negative self-talk or self-thought, even self-feeling. Anything to do with anything negative, especially when it comes to myself. Because like I say, guys, you treat others how you feel about yourself. So as long as you make sure that you are positive and you are loved, you are taking care of yourself, you are healing yourself, you are loving yourself, you will, again, reflect that onto other people. So, you know, just one thing you know, this is just something I've been working on, but I wanted to write down, is just, you know, negative self-talk or self-thought or self-feeling. I want to leave that behind, because that's just not me no more. That's just not where I'm at in my life no more. I don't care to, you know, not take care of myself no more, not heal myself no more, not love myself no more. I'm such a beautiful human being, whether some days I believe that or not, or some days it's hard to see that or not. Like, I know in my heart that I am a good person, no matter what I go through, no matter what is said about me, no matter, you know, how people treat me. I know who I am, and, you know, just leaving that negative self-talk or that negative self-thought, or any, you know, days where it's hard for me to be positive about myself, and just leaving that behind and leaving that in the past. And then just gossiping. And I think this is something that I've really been working on, and I have to say for probably at least a year now. just because I know that, you know, I don't necessarily gossip about people, but, you know, sometimes I'm such a lover when it comes to, you know, people I love, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be like, oh, like girl gossip, like, oh my gosh, she's wearing, like, I'm not even talking about that, but even gossip when it comes to, you know, like when a family member or someone I really love, you know, comes to me and they're like, you know, not necessarily complaining, but they're talking to me about, you know, oh, like, you know, my baby's father, or, you know, my mother is, or my father-in-law is treating me like this, and, you know, and then they're, you know, telling me, you know, something that's happening with their personal life, and, you know, I'm like, you're right, like, they are a piece of shit, and just engaging in that conversation, not necessarily as it's like gossip about like, oh, what they're wearing, like high school gossip, but like, you know, like when someone is, you know, venting to you, you know, really not engaging in that, and just, you know, trying to be optimistic at all times for them, and that's something I really work on. But, you know, sometimes you know, I'm talking to my homegirl and she's telling me about her baby daddy, and I'm like, nah, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him, and, you know, cause fuck him, and he a piece of shit, he a bum, but like, I can't really engage in that no more, because, you know, at the end of the day, that is, you know, that energy is still, you know, inflicting with myself, and I'm having that energy in my house, and again, just that engagement is just not helping me prosper in any way. So, you know, just leaving behind gossiping, and, you know, that can go for anything, really, for anything, just even if not necessarily your gossiping, but just maybe engaging in somebody else's gossip. A few lessons, and I didn't really necessarily put a few lessons from 2021. Like I say, guys, I don't really like to, as I'm getting older, I realize how I do not at all like to celebrate holidays. I do not celebrate this stuff. So it's very hard for me to be like, oh, leaving lessons behind from 2021. But like I said, guys, this is just so broad for me. So lessons that I'm leaving behind and that I'm trying to, you know, take forward. You know, it's just letting go of perfection, letting go of feeling the need to be perfect, feeling the need to have, you know, my outfit be perfect, feeling the need to have my hair be perfect, feeling the need to have a perfect face, feeling the need to have a perfect household, feeling the need to be perfect. You know, that's something that I want to, you know, I've learned, and that I've learned is not helpful, and I want to take and really understand that, you know, going forward is just, you know, letting go of perfection. Another thing is forcing stuff that doesn't work, like forcing it, you know, it just does not work. Forcing anything doesn't work. Forcing a relationship with somebody that it doesn't work. Forcing a friendship that's not working, you know, forcing anybody, anything to be in your life, to be in your energy, to be in your presence, that just is not working. You know, forcing anything. I'm done forcing shit. I'm not gonna kiss, lick, or beg somebody to fuck with me. I'm not gonna kiss, lick, or beg somebody to treat me right. I'm not gonna kiss, lick, or beg nobody ass to talk to me the way I should be talked to. Period. If it's not working out, it's not working out. You know, lessons, again, I'm learning and I'm trying to take forward is, you know, just up and downs are natural, and knowing and understanding that up and downs are natural. Some days I'm going to be great. Some days I'm up here and I'm, and then you look at yesterday and, you know, I was very mellow, and I was, you know, I wasn't necessarily down, but I wanted to just really, you know, get to the realities of not every day I'm like this. Not every day I'm rambunctious. Not every day I'm ready to get up here and give my all. You know, some days I need to put a face mask on, and I need to just talk very calmly, and I need to just have my own space, you know, and just understanding that there's ups and downs, understanding that I can go through a major accomplishment and be up, and, you know, the next week face some, you know, realities that are, you know what I'm saying, are not as great as my ups. And you know, that's something I learned and I'm trying to take along with me. Doubting myself or my progress, and I think this really goes especially with just my channel, you guys. You know, like I said, this is something I've been so passionate about the last 2 years, whether I took a break or not. You know, like just not doubting myself and not doubting my progress and my, you know, just the process of things, you know. Just as much as, you know, I have days that are up and downs, my channels are gonna have days that are up and down. You know, my channel is gonna get 70 views, and then some of my are gonna get 8 views, and just, you know, not doubting the process because I don't see the instant gratification of a result, or not doubting myself. You know, maybe some videos are I'm stuttering more than usual, or sometimes in my book club I'm stuttering more than usual, but just still not doubting myself, not doubting the process, because, you know, the process is beautiful. Being generous, but having boundaries. And that's, you know, something I've really kept my eyes open, and I'm really trying to 100% full go into, you know, this next chapter of my life. You know, just being conscious of is, you know, being generous, but also having boundaries, and you know, knowing those boundaries and know when to be vocal and you know, conscious with those boundaries. Just because I'm a generous person, I have a big heart, I'm a Cancer. But you know, like, I have a big heart, I'm a nurturer, you feel me? And I want to always show love, I want to always show support, I want to always be there for people, I want to always, you know, just help people out. But you know, I have to have also boundaries with myself and my energy and my presence, and the things I have to offer, and just being conscious of that. And that's something I've been learning, and that's something that I want to take forward with me in my next chapter. You know, also one thing I've been learning and taking into this next chapter of my life is just you know, having to let go many times to heal. You know, you don't just let go of one thing and, you know, the healing process starts. You let go of something and the healing process starts, and then you start to realize that you have to let go of something else to keep healing, and then you keep healing, and then you realize you have to let go of something else to keep healing. And just, you know, knowing that this healing process, you know, isn't just one dark cloud and it's done. Like, no, like, it's you go through dark clouds, and then some days it's sunny, and then the next day it's raining, and then the next day it's foggy, and then the next day there's rainbows and sunshines and birds and flowers, and then the next day it's thunderstorming, tornadoing. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, knowing that you have to let go and just keep moving forward, and that's how the healing process works. That's something I've been learning, and that's something that I want to take forward with me, is just the understanding and consciousness of you know, having to let go many times and still keep going to heal. And then, you know, running from what you feel just doesn't help. And I've been saying this for a while, and I've been really working on this for a while. You know, when it comes to my emotions, I think a lot of people, you feel me, they associate sad emotions or crying or, you know, anything when it comes to feeling down. You know, they try not to feel it because they feel a sense of weakness, when realistically it shows great strength to be able to cry, whether it's around people or whether it's around yourself. To let yourself cry, period, shows great strength. To let yourself be sad and understand that you're going to have moments where you're going to feel sad, where you're going to feel depressed, where you're going to feel dark thoughts. And, you know, just knowing that running from that and not validating yourself while you're feeling those feelings will not help you in the long run at all. And that's something that I have learned, and I implement every single time that I'm just not feeling the greatest. And, you know, there's definitely times where I get up and I'm just not feeling the greatest. And I think yesterday for sure, that was one of those days I just wasn't really feeling it. And I really was gonna take my day off yesterday, because every now and then I'm like, oh guys, I need a little day off, you know, whatever. But I was gonna take a day off, and I was like, no, like, I got it. Like I said, I just needed to recharge, reset, and you know, redo my energy. And, you know, I didn't want to invalidate anything or run away from those feelings. You know, I wanted to feel those out and then continue to move forward. And again, guys, those are just some lessons that I have learned this past year or two, and then I'm really trying to take forward with me. And I challenge you guys to, you know, write down 5 things that you want to leave behind going into this next chapter of your life, and, you know, 5 lessons or a few lessons that you learned from this last chapter of your life that you want to take into this new chapter of your life. I challenge you to write down, you know, those type of you know, self-growth type of questions or passages. And yeah, I did want to read this one passage from my book before I let you guys go. I know it's a longer video. It's about control. The only thing you ever have any control of is your current thinking. Your current thought, the one you are thinking now, is totally under your control. I create my own security by trusting the process of life. If something happens that you feel you have no control over, then affirm a positive statement immediately. Keep saying it over and over to yourself until you move through that little space. When things don't feel right, you may say this to yourself: all is well, all is well, all is well. Whenever you feel the urge to control things, you can say, I trust the process of life. During earthquakes or natural disasters, it may help to say to yourself, I am in rhythm and harmony with the earth and the movement of the earth. In this way, whatever happens is okay because you are in harmony with the flow of life. And I really like that passage. I think that passage is just something so that even just that affirmation is so important to take into, again, just this new chapter of your life. Because my biggest thing, guys, that I want to, like I said, that I wanted to leave behind is just, the feeling of the need to control. You can only control your controllables, and your number one controllable is your thinking. So knowing that you can control only anything that is within is, I think, such a comforting feeling, and letting go of that need to control anything else. I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you guys have a new chapter that you're ready for, that you're ready to take on. I hope you guys have such a positive mindset going into it. I may or may not possibly do a clubhouse tonight. I am not going to be going out tonight. I am not going to be celebrating, really. I'm not going to be doing any of that extra stuff. So if you guys would like to join my clubhouse tonight, I will have my clubhouse link in the description below. You guys can follow me. You can hit the bell on the clubhouse as well, because you can get a notification when I open my room. But I might be doing that just to, have a safe place, have an area where people who aren't celebrating, who aren't going out, who maybe don't have anyone to celebrate with, feel comfortable joining. So if that's something that you guys would like to do, make sure you guys check out the description below and follow me so you're set up for that tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Sit and Sip Saturday.